my god, I'm nervous. Here we go. Hi everybody, welcome back to Jiggy Puzzles. So today we are trying something new. I don't know if it's gonna work. This might be a fail. Basically, I got this double-sided puzzle last year as a gift for Christmas, and you know, I was trying to think of interesting ways to make a video out of it, and I had the idea, what if I do this double-sided puzzle, but I flip it over every 20 minutes? This is a puzzle featuring the photography of Gray Mellon, who is a very famous landscape photographer. The two pictures on the back are very different from each other, so this puzzle isn't trying to trick you because it's very obvious what's the front and what's the back. So in order to make it a little more difficult, I think I'm gonna try to work on it by continuously flipping it back and forth. Here's how I think that's gonna work. So I already opened this up and practiced a little bit before starting to film. So I have two pieces of foam board here, and then I also cut two pieces of felt that are the same size as the foam board. And theoretically, once I have the pieces sandwiched between the two pieces of felt with the foam board on either side, I will be able to hold it all together and flip it over. And the felt just provides friction so the pieces don't fall out the sides. You know, we're gonna see what happens. I might get 3/4 of the way through and then try to flip it and then lose all of my hard work. Who knows? So I think I'm gonna show you the close-up of all of the pieces and everything at the end of this video because I'm just really excited to get started. So let's get started. All right, so here's how I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to open this up, and here are all of the pieces. Let me actually get rid of this foam board and the white sheet because I'm going to start with the lighter color picture. It actually comes with two postcards that show you the full design, so I'll be referring to these quite a bit. So I'm gonna have this picture on the dark background and then this picture on the lighter background once I flip it. So I'm going to separate all of the edges, and then I think I'm gonna do the full edge, and then I'm gonna flip it, and that's when we'll start the time. So I just finished the edge. It was not too bad, although I did look at the picture a little more than I otherwise might have because I don't want this to take forever, so I am going to be referring to the pictures quite a bit. For the inside pieces, I actually just put them all in the top of the box, or the bottom of the box, because instead of having to flip over every single piece every time I flip the board, I'm just going to paw through the pieces. It's not the most efficient way to look at puzzle pieces, but it'll help me see both sides of them without having to reflip every single piece. So I think we've made it to our first flip. Wish me luck. If this doesn't go well, I'm just gonna stop the whole video. Okay, so I have my second piece of felt. This is actually, I think, fleece, not felt, but close enough. So I'm just gonna lay that right on top, and then I'm putting the other board on top. And now, oh my god, I'm nervous. Here we go. Oh, I hit the camera, but otherwise, I think we're all right. Let's take a look. Oh my god, so beautiful! It worked! I can't believe it worked. Well, I mean, let's see how we go once I get more pieces in the middle here, but yeah, for now, I'm going to start the timer for 20 minutes. I think my strategy for this side is going to be to start at the top where we have the lightest water. I think I can fill in some of this stuff, and then on the other side, oh, just knocked over the foam core, but it's all good. On the other side, I'm gonna start over here where we have these like blue umbrellas. All right, here we go. Starting the timer for the first time. Start. Oh my God, this is already stressful. Why do I put so much stress on myself when doing jigsaw puzzles, which are supposed to be, you know, relaxing? Okay, wait, this puzzle is really hard. I'm not making a ton of progress so far. I'm hoping that when I flip it over and work on the other side, maybe that side will be a little easier. I'm hoping, otherwise I think we're gonna be here for quite a while. It's officially been 10 minutes. I haven't made a ton of progress, but you know, we're getting there. Hopefully, the more that I do, the easier it gets. Oh, all right, I just put in a good handful of pieces. I'm definitely making progress on that top corner. We're at 13 minutes, so I've got a little bit more to go. All right, 20 minutes. So it's time for our first flip. Now here's what I'm a little worried about. I have separated these out by section, so like these are the pieces with people on them, and then these are the like light colored pieces. When I flip it, I'm gonna lose all of that sorting, and then when I flip it back, I'll probably have to like resort everything, so I don't know. All right, let's give this a go. I'm so nervous. I'm gonna be so nervous every time. Wish me luck. Okay, those noises might have been a little unnecessary. Here we go. Did it work? Ooh, oh, that's so satisfying. That looks so good. I can't believe this is working. All right, I'm gonna reset the time and then get started again. So one thing I didn't think about is that every time I flip it, I can double check my work and make sure everything is right. Looks like we're all good. So I'm gonna be working on all of these blue umbrellas now. One thing to keep in mind is that I need to keep these pieces separate from these, which are the sections I separated out previously. Ooh, here's a little trick. I remember that this is the piece I was looking for from the other side, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in. This is definitely an exercise in finding details. Like, I keep staring at these being like, all right, so they have a little hint of white poking out from one umbrella here. All right, I'm looking for the umbrella with a little blue towel next to it. All right, it is 15 minutes in, 5 minutes until we're flipping again. I've moved on from the blue umbrellas to the blue beach chairs. Suddenly, I feel like now that I did the blue umbrellas, the rest of this side is going to be really hard. It would definitely be easier if I could see all of the pieces at once and I could like notice patterns, but since I have to like paw through all of them, that's definitely upping the difficulty. Also the fact that I can't know if I have all of the pieces of a certain color because they might be hidden in here and I just haven't flipped them over yet. I'm definitely making this way more difficult for myself than it otherwise would have been. Oh, okay, 20 minutes. Time for another flip every single time. This is gonna be so nerve-wracking, but I'm hoping it'll be very satisfying to see the other side and see how much I accomplished. Here we go. Oh no, oh no. Ah! Okay, I think I did it. Moment of truth. Ooh, that's looking really good. Look at all of this down here that I got done. All right, time to get back to this light water section. I think I'm gonna turn off this camera for a little bit and just try to power through it, and I'll see you guys again at the next flip. All right, it's the end of that 20-minute block. You can see how I'm doing. Here's what I'm a little worried about right now. So I have all these different sections, like this is all kind of a texture, these are all kind of the same color, and then these are all the people, and some of them, like these, are like about physically in the area where they're gonna go, but then some of them are just like the textures I'm grouping together, and when I flip it over, all of that is gonna be lost. So hopefully when I flip it back, it's not gonna be a total mess, but you know what? We're just gonna see what happens. Okay, here we go. Now that I'm like further in, it feels like there's so much more at stake every time I flip it. And I want to do it fast, but I don't want to knock my camera, which is literally right there, and every single time I get so close. All right, here we go. Oh, that worked so beautifully. Ah, it's looking so good. Okay. Well, there's like a garbage truck outside or something. I don't know if you can hear that, but I will be back at the next flip. All right, time to flip it again for what, the third time? I actually made a lot of progress here at the top and then a little bit over here. So I actually think the other side is easier. Even though it is more of a texture, there's like a lot more color differences. The sections are a little bit larger, whereas on the sand side, it's just a whole lot of different tiny little objects that you have to find. So, all right, here we go. Oh no! Oh no! The pieces are getting stuck to the felt. There we go. All right, time to get back to it. You guys, I don't want to flip it back over. Now that I'm really getting going, I'm making so much faster progress on this side than I am on the sand side. So I actually got a lot done in that last time, but you know the rules that I set for myself. Now that I've put so much time into it, I'm actually really worried about the whole thing just like falling to the ground and coming apart. I hit the camera. Okay. I hit the camera, but it's okay. I think we're all good. I didn't hear any pieces moving. Ooh, look at all those pieces that I put in on the other side and don't have to hunt for on this side, because this side is so much harder. Well, this video seems to be turning into Karen does this puzzle while taking 20-minute breaks to stare at this puzzle. I got a few pieces in, definitely not as much progress as the last time, so let me flip it over again and hopefully I can fill in a good amount of this upcoming 20 minutes. Oh man, I'm so excited to get back into this side. All right, well, I think that was the most progress I've made yet. I'm actually doing really well. Look at that. I bet if I stayed on this side, I'd have it done within like a half hour. Oh my God. I almost just dropped the box, but crisis averted. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. Here we go. So, time to stare at people in bathing suits for another 20 minutes. All right, I've officially made it to the point where all the pieces fit on the bottom of the box and I can see all of them at once. So maybe in this next 20-minute segment, I'll actually finish it. I'm getting really close. By the end, I was making a lot of progress, even on this side. I think I've definitely reached that point where I can just finish it up really quickly. Imagine if like the last flip is when I drop it and it goes everywhere. Also, right as those 20 minutes ended, I saw one piece where I could see where it went, but it was after the 20 minutes, so I didn't put it in. So I'm gonna have to try to remember and place it in now that I'm on this side. Yeah, I'm looking at this, I have literally no idea where it goes. So that'll be fun. Oh my god, I have 7 minutes left. I'm down to this very last section. This is so stressful. Do we think I'll be able to finish in time, or am I gonna be flipping it again? I don't know. This part is so hard, actually. I keep trying pieces in the wrong spot, I say as I get 3 right in a row. Oh my god, okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna finish it. I have 4 pieces left and I still have 5 minutes to go. Here we go. Almost done. 2 pieces left. The very last piece. Oh man. I did it! That was actually really difficult for a 500 piece puzzle. So let me reset the cameras and then I'll tell you all about it. Well, that was a fun challenge. So in total, including the sorting and the edge, that took me about 3 hours and 20 minutes, which is a lot for a 500 piece puzzle, but I definitely made it harder on myself by the whole flipping thing and also by just choosing a challenging picture to attempt this challenge with. As I said earlier, the water section is definitely a lot easier because you have larger sections of color and texture, whereas on the sand section, you just have a lot of tiny little images that you have to hunt for. I felt like I was playing a game of I Spy or Where's Waldo. If you really want a challenge, try doing this side of the puzzle without looking at the picture. That would be literally impossible. So let me show you the pieces. Since I didn't really do any close-ups as I was doing the puzzle, the pieces are okay quality, not the best, but for a double-sided picture, the colors are nice and vibrant. The front is glossy and shiny, and the back is pretty matte. The cardboard is a pretty good thickness, but I did notice something. I'm pretty sure that the manufacturer that makes this puzzle also makes Jiggy Puzzles, which is a brand that I covered a few months ago. You can see that the piece shapes are pretty much the same, and this is really small, but they each have these dimples on the back knobs. So if you have a Jiggy puzzle, this is about the same quality, and this puzzle is made by Gallison. I haven't actually done any other Gallison puzzles, but I know that they're really popular, so if you have other Gallison puzzles, this is probably about the same quality as those. So the pieces stay together a bit. Like, you can move small sections, but they don't fully lock together. I never had an issue with pieces seeming to fit where they didn't actually go. The cut and the picture is completely unique. But I will say that the front is much nicer to put together than the back. It just feels nicer to put the glossy side down, and it's a lot smoother to run your hand over. On the back, a few of the pieces were peeling up a little bit, so as you run your hand over it, you can feel that on a lot of the pieces. It doesn't lie quite as flat, and it's just not as nice to put the pieces in on the back side. But that makes sense since most puzzles are done from the front and not upside down. This isn't a major quality issue, just something that I noticed. So I want to give a shout out to whoever designed this box. I love the addition of the postcards, since you really do have to reference the pictures, and the pictures are pretty small on the back of the box. And I love this striped design inside. It just adds an extra touch where you can tell they put a lot of thought into the design. Oh, and the band on the front made of translucent vellum. It's so nice. I just think it adds such a nice touch. This box is really beautiful. Plus, Gray Melon's photo prints can actually be pretty expensive. So if you get a puzzle, you get the puzzle plus 2 small prints all at the same time. Plus, on the back of the puzzle, you can see that the puzzle piece cut basically disappears. So you could glue that and then end up with a 18 by 24 Gray Melon print for really cheap. So if you want to get one, there are actually 4 different versions of this puzzle, each using 2 different photographs, and you can get them on Amazon for $25. If you want to do a challenge like I did, I think it would be really fun for you and a friend to each get the same puzzle and then flip it, but so that you're each working on a different side at the same time. Do you know what I mean? It would be fun to see who finishes fastest that way. Or even if you don't want to get a specific 2-sided puzzle, you could do this challenge with any puzzle just by drawing your own design on the back of the puzzle. I actually have a video all about how to do that with spray paint, so I'll link that video right down below. So I would love to know, have you ever done a double-sided puzzle? Did you like it? Have you done both sides? Did you feel like you got double your money's worth? So your code word for the comments, if you watched all the way to the end, is going to be beach. Going to the beach sounds really nice right now. Anyway, happy puzzling. I'll see you all next time.